Hello and welcome back to Sacred Vapes, the channel that aims to bring you the views and experiences of products on the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now, a bit of a busy weekend for you guys. We've got a few different videos coming over the next couple of days, and we're going to start off with something very, very interesting. It's the Vzone Preco 1 kit. Now, the Preco 1 has been out for a few months now. This is the kit version of it. It's basically, if you haven't heard of it before, it's a disposable tank. You don't change the coil in it. When the coil goes, you just throw the whole tank away. Very interesting idea, but we'll get into that in a minute. Little thing about Vzone, they're probably one of the lesser known companies within the market, but the products are actually really good. I mean, the E-Mask, which came out this year, back in April, I think it was, absolutely fantastic mod. It just never got the reception that it probably should have got. But anyway, we'll get talking about this now. But before we go into the pros and cons, let's give her a vape. Now, what you get in the kit, you get the Preco 1 mod, the Preco 1 tank. You only get one tank in the box. Now, the Preco 1 mod is a 1800 mAh internal battery. You have a front fire button, back USB port, and a little vent hole on the bottom, and that's about it. The tanks are 2mm plastic sealed up tanks. You do get bottom airflow. You get a, you see there, it's like a silicone flap. That's for your filling, and obviously a non-replaceable, looks like a 510 drip tip. And it comes with a, mine doesn't seem to have it, but normally come with a little owl design on the tank as well. So how does it vape? Surprisingly well. Honestly, it's really bizarre to talk about, simply because it performs arguably better than most sub-ohm tanks. I mean, if you look at the vapor production, it really chucks. I mean, the coils within this are recommended between 50 and 70, so I'd imagine the mod itself is firing at about 60 watts. That's just a guess. I couldn't actually find that information out, but yeah, you get a cool LED thing that's built into the tank itself, not the mod. So going to the pros and cons. First pro for me is the flavour. The flavour and vapour production of this tank is fantastic. It really, really is. It's better than a lot of, as I say, better than a lot of sub-ohm tanks. You know, if this was made out of glass and metal, it'd be up there with rivaling a lot of other ones. But you know, the fact that it's a disposable one is gonna stick with some people. Next pro for me, the battery life on this, not bad. You know, it's only 1800, so it's not going to last you all day, but I got a few hours just taking it out, regularly using it every now and again. So the battery does last enough, and it's quick enough to charge, about an hour and a half to fully charge via USB port. So yeah, battery life's good. It's small. I mean, it's hard to really tell here on this, but it's a very small. It's a bit round, but it's a very small, compact and very light device as well. So it's very much a portable kit. Next pro for me, I like the lights. I like the lights on it. I mean, people may not like them. I do. I just think it's a nice little addition. I mean, I don't like it in a sub-ohm tank generally. When you have the LED coils, like the small ones, but in this, I think it goes quite well, and it doesn't seem to affect the battery life. It seems to be coming from internal of the coil instead. So that's a pro for me. Onto the cons now. Now, I suppose the lights are going to be a con for some people. I would have preferred this to come with a bigger battery. If they rivaled some of the bigger internal sticks and gone maybe about 3000 mAh, you know, just got that extra life out of it, especially if being a sub-ohm tank at such a higher wattage compared to things that vape around 40 and 30. You know, I would have preferred that The silicone flap I'm not a fan of. I think it's very easy to just come out. I mean, that it's not proving my point now, but when I was cleaning the tank up after I first got it, that flap just came straight out. It might have been better to have like a sort of mechanism, a clasp to open and close that way. Next con, it's the colour. Now, again, this is going to be subjective because there is clear versions of this tank. Now, I picked up the black one, and you can see it's sort of like a grey brown colour, and it's very hard to see the juice level inside of it. Juice consumption is really good. Go back to another Pro. It does, for a 2mm tank, it outperforms, again, quite a few. I mean, things like the Cleater 120 Pro and the Smock TF3 Mini version 2. You know, their 2mm go a lot quicker than this does. So that's a Pro. But it's very hard to see the full level. And it's very hard to empty this as well. I started off with one liquid, wanted to fill the other, ended up mixing them together because it just wouldn't come out. So great that it's leak proof, but it's not good when you want to change your liquids. Other than that, there isn't really any more cons I can say about the kit. It just performs really well. I say good flavour, good vapour production. Battery life is decent for a small battery. It does regulate really well. It comes with built-in protections like you would expect. And yeah, quite quick charging time. So overall, this is a really interesting kit. Would I recommend this for someone? I would, depending on the price. I mean, I mentioned at the start of the video, you only get one of these tanks included in the box. I would have preferred to see two, at least, the same way as you would have a coil. I think it kind of over-commits you into buying more once you buy the one. So, the price point for this needs to be quite small. If you can pick this up, it sounds cheap, but if you can pick it up for about £25 new, then that's a fantastic price point because you get a nice little portable device, and then obviously any extra money that you're spending is coming on the extra tanks. So hopefully the price point is low enough on these to make them really accessible. But overall, very interesting idea. You know, Vzone have really pushed out a little bit of innovation here. It's going to be a morally subjective thing about whether you want a disposable tank or not, but I'm assuming that these are recyclable as well, with them being plastic. So if they are, another big pro there for me. But yeah, well worth checking one of these out. Certainly checking the disposable tanks out because they perform really well. Yeah, apart from that, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it as always. Coming up this weekend, I've got a juice review coming for you. That's going to be quite a big juice review. Something I've been using over the last few weeks. Really enjoyed. I'm going to bring another device review to you. The UL Crown review, and I keep hyping it up. That's going to be next week now. But I do have the mesh coils, and I've been trying them out the last few days. So we want to get a good idea of life before I bring it to you. But as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. So stay safe. And keep vaping.